Hi, Joe Murphy here. I'm talking to you about leadership again. There's no surprise, but here we are in leadership because leadership fits all aspects of life. And I want to talk to you about using questions, formulating questions ahead of time so that you can develop and grow your people. So this session is on developing really great questions. Now, first things first, questions are always more powerful than a statement. I'm going to say that again. Questions are always more powerful than a statement. Now you're going to ask me why. At the end of every sentence is a question mark. I want you to see this question mark now as a hook, like a fish hook. And what it does, it draws out of people the answer, or it draws out of people the idea that they need to think, okay, or they need to develop their thinking skills. All right, there's three parts to this ability to develop great questions to grow your people. And this is questions for growth. The first one is intent. Check your intent. What is my intent for asking questions? What am I trying to accomplish? And then the second question here, still on number one, is how can I intentionally grow people by asking more powerful and intelligent questions so I can draw out the intelligence of others. Did you get all that? That's just number one. Intent, what am I trying to accomplish, and how can I ask better questions to draw out the intelligence of others? That's number one. Number two is choose your question. Now, when I say choose your question, you should have in your hip pocket, if you're wearing a coat, back pocket, in your whatever, briefcase, a number of questions that you use repeatedly. That's right, repeatedly. Don't worry about sounding innovative by having a different question each time. You want to repeat the same questions so that the people get what you're asking. Oh, you're going to Joe Murphy's office? Get ready, he's going to ask you questions. Oh, really? What questions? Well, he's going to ask you about how much, what's the return on investment, what problem is this going to solve, and how does this align to our vision? Those are the four questions that I always ask. I got them right off the top of my head. Okay? How much, what's the return on investment, how is this going to solve the problems, and how does this align to our vision? Okay? Those are really important questions when somebody wants to spend money. So I want you to jump to number two. Your intention needs to be creating a dialogue with people. That should be one of your goals. And the dialogue means a two-way street. But you want to be doing 90% of the listening. Okay? 90% of the listening. Remember that because that's going to be a quiz question. Second, you're going to create new connections for people. What do I mean by new connections? Their brain synapses are going to go, oh, I didn't see how that's connected to that, and that's connected to that. Oh, so you're seeing a whole different thing than I'm seeing from my perspective. You have a larger perspective because you sit on top of the organization and have so many different views. I'm seeing it just from a narrow perspective. That's what you want to create in this person's mind so they can see things from a different perspective. Okay? You also want to, and I said this earlier, you're accessing the other person's intelligence and you want to affirm it. Give the person a feeling, a knowledge that you appreciate them and how smart they are. Okay? This is not tricky. It's not meant to manipulate. But you want to have them walk away going, wow, I feel really good about this whole idea of sitting down with Joe Murphy. The next point is clarify the thinking. I worked for a president of a division in a large company, and I was driving home from a client account one day, and I told him, here's what's going on, because he wanted a report because a client was unhappy. I was a managing director of a consulting firm. Here's what's going on. Very large company. And I said, I can't figure this out, but here's what they said. And he listened on the phone. And he was able, as I was driving, giving him this big ball of stuff to pull out threads. He said, this is what I'm hearing. And I went, wow, that is brilliant. It was. I was like, and some people have a real knack for hearing things and listening and then pulling out certain things so that the yarn or whatever it is just unravels. You can't do that if you're multitasking on the computer, sending emails to people. Can't do that. And then last, you're trying to increase creativity and innovation. I said there were 3 components. What is the third component, do you think? I said it earlier. It's listen. 90% of your time needs to be just listening. Choose your intent, choose the question, and listen. I'm Joe Murphy, and I'm here for your success. Thanks for watching.